How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about Tesla stock and the overall stock market. We're going to go over and look at some important updates for Tesla. We have been getting a lot of price target changes by analysts because we got those delivery numbers for Q3. We're going to talk about what analysts have been saying, what kind of things are they expecting for the earnings, and also for the end of year for Tesla. We're also going to be going over some important economic data that we need to be watching out for this week that could have a significant impact with the overall market. So we're going to be covering all this important information, so make sure you stay tuned. We're going to be talking about it in this video coming up. As you can see over here, we have Tesla stock that is down more than 7%. We're down 7.04%. We're down 6.99%. As I'm recording this video, the market is open. And unfortunately, when you look at the overall market, the market is doing very, very well. It's strong right now. It's up 3.2%. So yesterday, we talked about, okay, we got some individual catalysts for Tesla. You know, we either are going to get the overall market is going to go down and Tesla might go up, or we might get Tesla down and the overall market going up, because we got this individual news and catalyst that came out for Tesla. So unfortunately, we got the overall market going up and Tesla going down. So overall, the delivery numbers were record breaking, and unfortunately, that was not what Wall Street were expecting. And as you can see, we have been getting some different headlines. We have a Tesla logistical challenges overshadow record deliveries, and we have been getting a lot of revisions when it comes to price target adjustments by different analysts and different banks. So as you can see, we have JP Morgan adjusted Tesla price target to 153 from 137. So that is pretty good, and they maintain an underweight rating. And we also got the Tesla price target raised to 348. AI day overwhelms Q3 delivery shortfall. So that is pretty good. You know, we are getting some price target increases, and that really is not really helping the stock price. So one of the big concern that we got so far for Tesla based off of the delivery numbers that we got is that analysts were expecting for Tesla to potentially be delivering and producing around more than 360,000, and we got the production coming in at 364,022 cars being produced, and unfortunately they're not able to deliver all of them because of the logistical issues that they faced. They're not able to deliver all of it, so that is why we're seeing this massive stock drop happening. So overall, some of the important things that we've been getting so far from analysts coming out and saying that, okay, even though Tesla missed this delivery numbers that they're expecting from Wall Street, they're seeing some other things also creeping into Tesla. So some of the things that they mentioned is that, okay, we might be getting some form of an impact when it comes to the overall, you know, the economy. The world economy has been slowing down a lot, and we might potentially see the demand slow down at the same time too for Tesla high-end luxury vehicles. So that is the main concern that they have, that they raised. And the other thing, of course, that they've also raised in spite of this delivery misses is that since we are getting a lot of competition coming in, we might potentially see Tesla market share drop. So that is the second thing that they mentioned, and that could have an impact with Tesla in the near future. So those are the main things that the main two things that they mentioned could potentially have some issues moving forward for the long term for Tesla. And that's why we're seeing this kind of a massive drop that we're seeing right now with the stock price. But unfortunately, you know, even though that these deliveries and these issues might still be a concern for long-term investors, let's go over how Tesla has been dominating when it comes to production and delivery numbers. And these numbers have been continuously increasing so far. So if you're long-term investors, of course, we know that the future is going to be electric. We know that all of the big brand companies, they're transitioning into electric vehicles. They're planning to be fully electric by the near future, and Tesla definitely has a head start by miles and miles ahead, and they're continuously going to be producing and delivering electric vehicles at a very, very fast rate. So these other companies, they're just transitioning. They might take them a long time, and they might not be able to catch up with the Tesla. So they might take them many, many years to just catch up. When you look at the production numbers for Tesla, as you can see, the production numbers are phenomenal. When you look at the progression that we're seeing, as you can see from Q1 2019, the production was around 77,138. You can see this number continuously climbing, and as you can see over here for Q3 2022, we're sitting at 365,923. So that is pretty big from 2019 to 2022. That is a pretty big increase. And when you look at the deliveries, it's the same thing. From Q1 2019, you're looking at 63,019, and when you come to Q3 2022, you're looking at 343,830. So even though that we missed the delivery numbers that we're expecting, the numbers are pretty phenomenal. So that is really, really great if you're a long-term investor and you're looking at these numbers, and we're expecting to potentially be producing millions and millions of cars every single year. So let's go over some of the projections and some of Wall Street expectations for 2022 for Tesla. So overall, we're expecting Tesla to produce and potentially deliver 1.6 million vehicles. So far for 2022, Tesla has produced 907,000 vehicles, and if we are potentially going to be catching up with Wall Street expectations, we are looking at to potentially be producing and delivering 400,000 vehicles by the end of this year. So that is going to be really interesting if Tesla could be able to catch up and potentially beat expectations when it comes to these numbers. And I think Tesla is definitely could potentially catch up. The only thing that is holding it so far for this quarter was that the delivery numbers is because of the logistic issues. Delivering these vehicles is causing some problem, but the production numbers are really phenomenal, and these numbers are definitely expected to rise since we got Tesla Gigafactory in Austin and also Germany. So when those gigafactories ramp up productions, we could easily go above 1 million cars that are being produced and potentially delivered. So that's going to be the most important thing to watch out for long-term investors. But overall, let's look at the stock price and why it has been aggressively selling off and what to expect overall. So when you look at overall market, as we saw, the overall market is doing relatively good. We're up 2.92% as I'm recording this video. That is a pretty strong bounce. We are going to be getting some important economic updates coming out for this week. We're going to be getting job openings coming out tomorrow. So that could be an indication of how the economy is doing. If we are getting a very strong economy, we might see a very, very big number when it comes to job openings. And also unemployment rate is also expected to be reported on Friday. That is also going to be a great indication of how the economy is doing. We know the Fed has been raising interest rates, trying to definitely slow down the economy and potentially control inflation, but the economy has been really, really strong so far. So these two important economic data could be an indication of, if the Fed is raising interest rates aggressively, are they at least making any kind of progress when it comes to controlling inflation in the economy? That could be a great indication of how we're standing right now so far. So let's go over and look at Tesla, right? So Tesla, we're sitting at, unfortunately, down 7.24% for the day. We went below $250. So that is the key price level that we're watching. That could be a good support. So we are getting closer to the earnings call coming out in October 19. That could be a very, very important day because we are going to be getting more information about what Tesla plan is. Elon Musk could potentially be laying down, how they're going to be battling this delivery issue, logistical issues that they're facing right now. What are their strategies? What are some things that they can work on, improve on for the next quarter? And we are going to be getting some detailed breakdown of what they're expected to do for Q4. So that's going to be really important. So a lot of, analysts, long-term investors are going to be watching out for this earnings call coming up in October 19th. So we're definitely going to be watching out for that too. But till we get to that point, we are going to be getting some more price target changes from different analysts. The biggest concern is that the one that we talked about, they're concerned about, demand slowing down in spite of the slowing economy. We're also going to be having some kind of competition from other electric vehicle companies, other big branded companies. They might potentially be taking market share from Tesla in the future. So that's the concern that they've raised. But the most important thing is that we're waiting for this Tesla earnings coming out in October 19th. But for Tesla, it could potentially be going back to the zone that we've been sitting over here. So in the past, we've been sitting with this zone for several months between 209 to 250. So we've been chopping up and down a lot. We broke out of this range in spite of the positive news that we get with the stock split, with the earnings. We broke out of it, and unfortunately we went back to the zone. So this is a pretty balanced area for Tesla. And if you're somebody that wants to buy in or load up for the long term, this area of Tesla goes back into this choppy area. It has a pretty strong support. It's been staying in this range for several times where we get negative catalysts like Elon Musk selling shares, Twitter feud, Shanghai lockdown. All of these things happen within this area. So there's been a pretty balance between supply and demand zone for this specific price range. So if Tesla goes back to this range again, this could be a very great buy zone for Tesla overall. But the most important thing is the earnings is coming up in October 19th. So we'll see what to expect on that earnings call and the Q3 earnings. So let me know in the comments section below, what do you think about Tesla? Are you disappointed? For me, I was expecting Tesla to potentially be going up because it was a record-breaking delivery production number. It was a record-breaking production numbers that we got, but unfortunately we went down. But let me know in the comments below, what's your expectation? I'd love to hear your opinion. Of course, if you're new to the channel, to make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bell, and I'll catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.